have you done like an Audible project before? We're working on some sort of like docu-series. We need like a showrunner, like a writer producer to do that. Would you be willing to do something like that? And I was like, my voice in my head was like, what? I'm a visual person. I'm a director. I can't. Yes. I said, yes. They're like, yeah, we love your scripts. Come in here. So I come in, they're like, hey, so we don't really have anything, but maybe, have you done like an Audible project before? We're working on some sort of like docu-series. We need like a showrunner, like a writer producer to do that. Would you be willing to do something like that? And I was like, my voice in my head was like, what? I'm a visual person. I'm a director. I can't. Yes. I said, yes. And then great. Well, let's talk next week. And then next thing I know, I'm negotiating this deal to like, write and executive produce this, Audible original series, and I had no idea what I was doing, but it was definitely in the realm of like what my skills were. Once it started, I was like, oh yeah, this is why I'm on this. I know how to connect people. I know what a story is. I know how to break down a story. I know how to like interview people. I know how to pull something out of somebody. I know how to, write. And that was like this huge shift of like, oh, for 12 weeks, for 10 of the 12 weeks, I was uncomfortable every day. I actually you and I were talking at that time because I bought the program. I was listening to your program, the lessons on the way there, on the way in the car. I was trying to get my time in place, scheduling, had my calendar, like my calendar was like blown up because I wasn't know what I was doing. But like my first week was like, 27 tasks. It was like I had to put everything in there, meditation, the thing, my meeting, the thing. But for me, the uncomfortable in that was like, it was excruciating. And on the 11th week, it was like, oh, this is what I'm doing. Oh, I can do this, and there was no outside validation for the 10 weeks. No one saying, yeah, you're doing it right. It was just like, I was like, felt like I was drowning. And the 12th week, I was like, oh, wow, I could do this again. And they came there, hey, do you want to do this again? We'd love to do it again with you. And I was just like, really? Cause like, that's how I'm thinking the last 2 weeks, but the first 10, but that was so much more uncomfortable than living a life doing something I don't want to do, which I felt at the time, like I don't want to do props. I don't want to do art directing. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be doing this. Yet I was so used to it. Like I was so used to just like not getting what I want that it was just like, okay, I'll just do that compared to putting myself out there in the big thing, and then, getting it. And then like, now I got to like move forward. Now, how do I do that? And, really own that. So.
Yeah. And there's a very, very dangerous word that I teach all of my students they have to eradicate from their vocabulary, except for the most opportune times. Do you know what that word is?
No.
Yes. The problem was you were saying yes to all the things that were easy because no was a lot scarier, right?
Yes.
And no can be the most powerful word to direct you towards what you want. Everybody thinks focus is all about here are all the things that I should be doing. Ultimate focus is about knowing what you shouldn't be doing. And that comes from deep inside where you're thinking, you know what, art directing is great, or making these posters or doing prop work. Like I lose track of all the things you've done. So whatever, there's just a whole laundry list, but you've decided I don't want to do these things anymore, but you weren't telling the universe that. Right. And you weren't telling all the people hiring you that. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I got $23 in the bank account, so I better say yes to this art director thing.
Right.
But if you can just live through that discomfort long enough to say no to those things, I firmly believe, again, it comes back to this woo-woo factor that we can't explain, whether it's religion or faith or universe, I don't know. But as soon as you say no to something, a whole bunch of new doors in your life open up.